Hey, look at that. He's had glasses. Now, when he wins on the first, he'll be hugging and kissing me. And all the rest of it. And I was saying, do you remember you were a cunt to me back fucking 2 weeks ago, you bastard. How am I looking, Dave? Can you see where he's got his genetics from? Look.
Yeah. You need to get the calves off it.
Calves. They're what you call calves.
Let this turn off.
Fuck. Will it turn off? It's dead.
It just does that sometimes. Turn back on here.
Yeah, we're having a slight difficulties with our oven. Now, in a normal house, this wouldn't be a problem. But in this house, it's a fucking major crisis. It's akin to the Vietnam War. It's akin to fucking tsunami in Japan in 2011. Which happened on a Friday. Should I again now? How are we at? Can we show you the lights, the disco lights? Can we show you that? Are you more interested in King? But like in fairness, it's an awful fucking hard thing to do what you're doing. Isn't it? Can I tell you a joke?
I don't laugh at your jokes the best of times, so I'm hardly going to laugh at your joke now.
That's not said. How are you actually feeling these? Is it just no energy?
Yes. Not good mood. No energy.
Not good mood, no energy.
I just want to I just want to keep myself to myself. Like,
That's actually a form of depression.
it's funny you say that. I was thinking about that.
It is. You can't face
It
people.
is a bit. No, I can't face people because I have to face people. It's actually
But if you had a choice, would you face people?
I'm better when I face people because I have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet you're looking forward to next year when you don't have to do any of this shit, right?
Yeah. But in fairness though, it's always like this. Like I forget though. Last year I felt shit last year as well. Maybe not. I had a bit more energy last year.
Close your stomach. Shit, fucking nothing there. Christ. Just put down your pants there, show us your glutes for a sec. Very good. See there? They're coming right out there. There. Excellent. You oil them up now and yeah, that's it. That's it. You didn't have that last year. See there. See here. Is that again just there? You didn't have that last year. It's excellent. You didn't have all that right. That is fucking excellent. Excellent. Push your back. Oh, my back. I'm not taking this off. How's the back?
It's good, yeah. It's new.
Are you training later?
I'm training after this.
Morgan? Back towards the foot golf. Yeah, you'll have to try and come down to foot golf before the rush. I might be going to Dublin this evening.
Hey.
What do you want to?
Alright.
Right. Dave. We out of here.
We out
What's it
you.
again?
We out you.
We out ya.
See you later. Not taking all the veg now was the hardest part.
Hey, look who you're talking to.
Jeez, though, it's spacing it out. That's for 2 more meals though. There should be enough there. Yeah, that's plenty there. I always want to take more of them. The top ones are fucking, they're my favourite ones.
Tear down this wall.
Everything we have to say is fear itself.
I don't know what I said.
How are you feeling?
Not too bad, a bit of food inside, you know, so I feel a bit better. It's like a reduced volume session today, so I only have to do. I'm still trying to train with as much intensity as I can. See what I'm able for.
It starts with one. All I know. So unreal. Watch you go.
Alright, in third place, Cian Brennan.
So hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on, but you didn't even know. Wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard.
Hello, Cian.
Mr. Shaughnessy. Mr. Spielberg.
Thanks. How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? I'm feeling quite good. I'm definitely feeling much better today than I have been in the previous 2 or 3 weeks. I'm feeling a better mood, more energy, and just relaxed and excited, really. I'm just trying to embrace this week because all the hard work is done. Just trying to enjoy it. Yeah, feel good.
Okay, you ready for the heavy stuff?
Yeah, don't know what's coming, so hit me.
What does bodybuilding mean to you?
Jeez, you had to go straight for that, didn't you?
I did.
Oh, you're a fucking wanker. If you compete in bodybuilding, competitive bodybuilding, what you're looking to do each time you compete on stage is improve the package that you bring. So from the first time you compete to, we'll say, the next time, you're just trying to improve. So improve the package, whatever it is, whatever that is. So it could be your chest, your legs, your back, it could be everywhere. So that self-improvement is involved every day in bodybuilding, in the actual gym, throughout the process of actually lifting, your nutrition, all those things. But for me, it's bodybuilding. It translates into just my normal everyday life and just becoming a better human being. Whether that's improving my relationship with my family, my friends, whether it's becoming more educated about my craft, personal training, whether it's becoming just a better person, more informed about different topics that I'm interested in, and even stuff that I'm not interested in, just becoming an all-rounded better person. And bodybuilding has I suppose it's taught me the value of incrementally each day, chipping away, getting that little bit better. That's off the top of my head. That's the best way I can put it. It's definitely as well taught me like delayed gratification, and that as well is another thing which I think is very important in life. So not to want something instantly. So to, I suppose, sacrifice in the short term for gain in the long term. And bodybuilding has taught me to apply that principle to my own life, whether it's, again, it's financial gain, whether it's just my own personal development, and all those other things that are important in life. So, yeah, bodybuilding, it's more than just lifting weights and drinking protein shakes. It's quite, it can be looked upon as quite a philosophical thing to do. It's quite philosophical, but I love it.
Did you think you were going to go down this path, or did you just happen to fall and stumble upon competing?
Competitive bodybuilding?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened was so I competed, this is my third year, so last year, 4 years ago, I went to my first show as a spectator to support one of my best friends, Adam Murphy, and after going to that show, it was in Cork, this exact same show actually, NBA fight, I went to it and I remember I had one encounter with someone. I was wearing like a real dodgy physique, if you remember that brand, PHSIQ, like physique zip up hoodie, and it was sleeveless, so I had no sleeves. I don't even think I told you this day. And I was going around for the day, my first fucking bodybuilding show, wearing a sleeveless hoodie, and I was getting into the elevator. How typical is that? I was getting into the elevator, and one of the boys that was competing actually turned out that he won the junior class, I think. He just goes to me, he goes, a really like thick Cork accent, he's like, "You competing today, boy?" And I was like, "No man, no. I was like, I'm here supporting my mate." And I kind of thought about that after, and I was like, geez, that fucker thinks that I was competing. And I was like, only whatever, 19, was not lean at all at the time, but it told me something that he obviously saw, that like I had the potential to be able to compete. And then after watching the show and seeing what went on, it kind of was an awful eye-opener. So I never done a bodybuilding show ever. So it was a bit of it was a strange experience, but it was one that I enjoyed. I thought to myself, I'm going to do this. I said, I want to do this. And from that day on, I actually didn't compete until 2 years after that. So I was realistic as well. I could have jumped in the following year and tried to compete at it, but I thought I need another 2 years. Again, this is the whole delayed gratification thing that I spoke about. I realised that I needed probably 2 years to bring something to the stage that would have been like, you know, at least acceptable. And it's debatable whether my first year, but I've always acceptable. But you could argue that point. But yeah, it was from that day that I went to watch Adam and Sport Adam that I realised that I wanted to try it out for the first time. And then, because I could have not liked it at all, it's very possible. Because I know someone else who has had some experience with competing and may or may have not been too fond of it. Someone very close. So yeah, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the process. So that's why I decided to do it the following year and again this year. So to answer your question, it wasn't something that I always knew I was going to do. Since I've been like 16, I've always trained and I've loved training. But competitive bodybuilding was that day when I was like 19. That's when I realised that I wanted to try it.
Was competitive bodybuilding what you expected?
Was it what I expected? I suppose I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know really what to expect from competitive bodybuilding. I mean, I was never under any illusions that like I was going to make a lot of money from competitive bodybuilding, especially at this amateur stage that I'm at, like where I'm like literally an amateur. It's a hobby, like. So financially, I never was under the illusion that I was going to make any money from it. It's not really why I do it, to make money from it, it's because I enjoy it. I suppose, well, I used to play soccer, so I would be a very competitive person. So when I stopped playing soccer, when I quit, I felt like I needed something to fill my competitive void, and that's, I suppose, why bodybuilding appealed to me, because why competitive bodybuilding appealed to me. But the only thing that I didn't like about soccer was the fact that you had to rely on other team members. I'm not dissing team sports. Team sports are great and they can be great, but I just found that if I was going to achieve something or if I was going to win, I didn't want to have to rely on other people. I wanted the outcome to be totally dependent on whether I did the work, and that's why bodybuilding appealed to me. So, answer the question though, which is a tough question. I'm going roundabout way now to answer it. I suppose to answer it, I didn't know what to expect, so it is what it is. You know, I didn't expect anything. You know. Does that answer your question? Would you like me to go do it better?
No, it's good. Carry on. Why do you do it?
Why do I do it? There has been times in the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's crazy like where your head goes, where I have been asking myself the same question. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I feel miserable most of the time. Okay, I might look great, but you know, it could potentially be negatively affecting my personal training business. It could be also affecting my relationships, my friendships, because the way that I'm acting, or you know, the way that I am, especially the last couple of weeks. So I've thought about it myself, like, why am I doing this? But I suppose when I get up there, I get an adrenaline rush. Especially the first time I ever went up on stage, I was definitely a bit nervous, and like I said already, I didn't know what to expect. But last year I did 3 shows, and I just enjoyed each show progressively. I got like the first one, like the one I'm doing this year again, the NBA fight. So that was the first one last year. I really enjoyed it. The second one I did, the NABA, got up on stage again, and I felt even more at home. I felt more, it felt more natural to me. And the same then with the third one, the last one. So I haven't won yet. So came third, second, came third last year in Naga, so I've placed like top 3, but I haven't won. But even the feeling of placing, like it does make a lot of the stress and the torture and the hunger that you put yourself through to get in shape. It does make it worth it when you place. Now, not to say that I wasn't disappointed as well last year, but I feel like this year, if I can achieve what I've set out to achieve, that feeling of winning and just being the best at what you're doing at your craft, I feel like it'll be worth it. So I do it because I enjoy the day itself, the show day, but also I enjoy the process, especially the off season where I'm improving my physique and I'm building it up and I'm improving my weak body parts and improving from the year before. The prep itself is quite tough, especially like I said the last couple of weeks. So I'm not going to say that I enjoy the prep because it's restriction and it's very, very tough, but I do enjoy the mental battle that I'm constantly facing, and I'm constantly talking in my own head throughout the tough stages of prep. I enjoy that because I just think it makes me a better person. It just makes me a stronger, more resilient person, and I can apply some of that strength and resilience to my everyday life going forward to be successful in whatever it is I do. So again, that's a bit of the philosophical side of things coming in from bodybuilding, but yeah, that's why I do it.
You talk about how it builds you as a person, but then you also mentioned how you think it could be affecting business and friendships. So if you think it builds you as a person, do you believe it has any downsides?
Like I've made, like look, it's a very selfish endeavor doing a bodybuilding show and competing in competitive bodybuilding. You can say it's very selfish, and it is, because you become very self-absorbed, self-obsessed, which I believe those are necessary traits if you want to be a successful bodybuilder. We have to be aware as well of the other people around you, and I suppose you have to try and appreciate them and not just be a dick to them all the time, or at least when you've come out of it, that you look back and appreciate them. But yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said it didn't have its downsides, like the energy levels when I'm training my clients the last couple of weeks, that could potentially have a downside. I mean, my clients could be like, I'm not getting the same service that I was getting. But to be honest, most of my clients are pretty cool, and I'd like to think I do a decent job at trying to maintain a good service with them. I mean, if any of them felt like the quality of the service was really dropping, they'd be well within their right to say so, and I would have to consider either pulling out of the show or deciding what's more important, my actual career as a personal trainer or my career as an amateur natural bodybuilder. So, that would be a tough choice, but it would be one that I'd have to make. But as of yet, that hasn't happened. With my relationships with people, it's not a long-term thing. I mean, I might be not spending as much time with family, friends for a certain period of time throughout the year. So if it's like a prep, it could be 5 months, 4 months. But at the start of the prep, it's not as intense as it is in the last couple of weeks. So I just feel like it's the downsides, they don't outweigh the positives. So therefore, I continue to do it. If it affects my life and all the other things outside of bodybuilding, so friends, family, social events, even though I don't really give a fuck if I miss social things, because a lot of them are overrated in my opinion. So as long as they don't affect them negatively or too negatively, well, then I'll continue to do it. So.
What quality do you think you have that others don't, which enables you to be the bodybuilder you are today?
That's a good question. One quality would probably be relentless consistency, I would say. I'm just relentlessly consistent. Everything is a routine. I just have so much structure in my life that that enables me to be very, very, I suppose, very, very good at what I do, or be able to apply myself, we'll say, because no one has, like, no one has decided that I'm this great bodybuilder yet, you know. I believe it in my own head, but it hasn't been confirmed, realistically, because I haven't won anything, you know, I haven't really achieved an awful lot in bodybuilding, competitively, so I'm hoping that's going to change this year, but I believe that I am, and I think that's due to, if I had to pick one thing, it's definitely relentless consistency.
What's been your darkest and best day so far as a pro?
Of this pro, the darkest. Ooh, fuck. The darkest has been. One of my worst days was when I was sick, actually. I got very sick. Like 8-9 weeks ago, I'd say, for a weekend, very, very sick. I felt absolutely terrible. So they were definitely 2 very dark days. But again, it was very, very, it was such an easy time for me at that far out as well to like not eat my meals, or to just like, you know, eat some shit, or, you know, it wasn't even in my thought process. So that was a dark time. Good day. I mean,
Every day's a good day, baby.
yeah, every day's a good day. Starting to think, you see, I've become so obsessed with food, and so food focused, and so food obsessed, and I'm so aware of it, like, but at the same time, I can't help it. I am fucking obsessed with food at the minute. Like, I film my FitnessPal in for, like, I'm there going ahead for the next 3 days, and I'm filming it in. Like, I have my macros for my peak week, and they're changing obviously as each day comes. But I have my max since Saturday. I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday, all filled out, like what exactly I'm going to eat. I just do it, and I get a kick out of it. Like, it's fucked up. So that's but my point is that probably one of my best days was like just this Sunday gone. That was a great day, actually. That was a great day. Let me tell you about that day. So Sunday was my last leg day before the show, and again, people are like, last leg day, I was like, fuck off, it's your last leg day until next week. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be training legs again on, like, probably not Sunday, the day after the show, probably Monday. So it's not, they overhype that and make it a big deal about it, but it was technically my last leg day before the show. So went to go away, train legs. It was nothing too crazy. I was told no sets to failure, so I didn't do any sets to failure. And my leg day is usually like a high carb day. It's a refeed, and on my plan was to have 525 grams of carbs. So that's always a great day, especially when you're obsessed with food. Unreal. I get 150 grams of rice. I get oats, big bowls of oats. I get like 2 kg or 1.9 kg white potato. It's unreal. But I was told the last day when I took my progress pictures before I trained that I looked a bit flat, and I needed an extra 125 grams of carbs. So a total of 650 grams, and that for me was a great fucking day.
Has your bodybuilding or training goals changed in the past few years?
How so?
How you perceive training? Like, do you want to continue to compete? Do you want to explore other avenues?
Okay. See where you're going with that one. It's a great question. That's a great question, because it's something that I think about myself on a regular basis, and I'm unsure, to be honest with you, Dave. I know anyway, and I'm going to say it now, that I'm not going to compete next summer. I competed the last 3 summers in a row, and I want to take a break next summer and potentially do some traveling. I'd love to travel, get away, maybe even move somewhere for a short period of time, we'll see. So for the immediate future, now I'll say that, and then, you know, hypothetically, right, I could go and have a very, very successful season here and now, and I'd be like, I could just be like, okay, fuck it. I don't plan on doing that. I don't want to do that. I'm just saying there's always the chance of me doing that, because I'd be like, oh, I could achieve something else next year. But I think as a natural, if you're being realistic, 3 years on the trot, you need to take time out to actually go and grow and improve properly. So if I do want to pursue natural bodybuilding for a long, extended period of time, because it's a long sport, it's the best, the people who have the best physiques and the most successful are definitely in their mid-30s, late 30s, because it takes time. So is it something that I want to go and achieve, go and try and be a professional in it and get to the highest level in the world? So actually, I do believe that I could be a very successful natural bodybuilder. I firmly believe that I could actually be a professional if I really wanted to and I put my mind to it. It would take me a couple of years, don't get me wrong, I'm not under any illusions there, but I need to think about it and decide, is that what I want, is that for me? And the answer to the question is, I still don't know. I suppose going and exploring other avenues, such as, we'll say, traveling, and broaden my horizons and doing some other things. So maybe even something that I've always wanted to do is, I've always wanted to just learn how to box. So I could do some boxing. I know you've been doing some other stuff yourself and you've been really enjoying it. So that could potentially be something that I would look into. I'm actually learning Spanish quite soon as well, so that's something that we're actually, 3 of us, me, you and Brendan, are learning Spanish. That's something that I've been looking to do for quite some time. So we'll see, who knows.
I'm still undecided, I don't know myself, to be honest with you.
And what motivates you?
What motivates me? I see, motivation is it's very fleeting. Some days you're really motivated, some days you're not so motivated. It comes and goes. I suppose doing stuff that I really enjoy and that I don't hate, and spending my time with people that I again love and I really enjoy spending time with, I think that's what keeps me motivated, to be honest with you. I don't like to suffer bullshit or suffer negativity or I don't suffer stuff that I don't want to suffer, and I get accused a lot of being selfish because of that, but I think that's bullshit as well. It's not selfish. If I'm looking out for myself and becoming a better version of myself and improving myself, well then I'm lending a better version of myself to other people. So that in essence is the opposite of being selfish. That's selfless. It's the opposite of selfishness. So like people saying that I'm selfish, I'm not selfish.
You're selfish. You're selfish prick.
Not if you look at it like that, but yeah, no, that's what motivates me though. Just doing what I enjoy. My job, I enjoy my job. I enjoy bodybuilding, and I enjoy doing it with the people that I do it with. That's in essence that motivates me.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say?
Is there anything I want to say? I suppose, I don't know when this is going out or up there, but just thanks to anyone who has wished me the best of luck, or who has supported me, who's watched the prep series and messaged me about it and said they're enjoying it. I never really thought that I would actually be documenting my series, because it's funny, 2 years ago on my phone I actually have a load of footage, a load of little clips that I used to take 2 years ago on my first show, and I never put them up anywhere, and I still have them on my laptop. So Dave's shaking his head here, he's going to be using them somewhere else. But yeah, I never actually thought that I'd be putting this up and for people to see it, because I would have been quite a private person, just the way I was. But I've enjoyed doing this, and like I said, I just want to thank anyone who has been watching it and supporting me and enjoying it. And again, thanks to my close circle of people. I don't want to say their names because they should know who they are. I just want to thank them for their support throughout the whole prep and their continued support, because this isn't the end of the season, in my opinion anyway. I'm going to keep going. Depending on the outcome, but I think regardless of the outcome, I'm going to continue anyway. So thanks to my close circle of people that are there supporting me, and yeah, I think that's it. I'm just looking forward to getting out there Saturday now and achieving what I set out to achieve. It's going to be very satisfying. very satisfying.